This is an HDD drive. This is an SSD drive. I use them both for video editing, but I feel that the SSD drive is much better for video editing, or is RAM more important than an SSD drive? Let's find out. So I have been editing videos for decades, no, not decades, more than a decade, with HDD drives. And it's okay, it's not very expensive, but I have just started noticing that with higher resolution, bigger file sizes from your camera, it's starting to struggle a bit. And I bought the SSD drive for my Panasonic GH6, as that camera can record directly onto a SSD drive. But I was thinking today we are gonna connect it to my computer to see if it really is much better than the HDD. So we're gonna start out basically by transferring footage from my camera to both the HDD drive and SSD. Let's see which is faster. Okay, let's start off with the HDD drive. I'm using a Western Digital notebook, down there. Okay. Yeah, this is like the normal speed that I'm used to. Let's do the SSD drive, and it's a SanDisk portable. Let's give it a go. No, was that it? Okay, so the HDD took about 18 seconds and the SSD drive took only 5? Is that possible? So I've got another SSD drive here, this Samsung T7 Shield, which is faster than the SanDisk. Let's give it a go. Okay, and go. That was done in 2 seconds. It kind of makes sense as the Samsung, it is faster. Let me check how fast it is. So the SanDisk is writing at 520 megabits per second and the Samsung at 1050. So it kind of makes sense that it's twice the speed. What's this? What? There's a sale on them right now. This is not planned. 44% discount on the Samsung and the SanDisk. 56% discount. Okay, I'm gonna buy a few. Now we have the footage on the computer. Let's see how fast it is to actually play back the clips. I have a pretty big project here, which is my Artlist Max review video, if you want to check it out. I have now got that on both my HDD drive and the SSD drive. Let's check the playback, if it's smooth. Okay, let's do the SSD drive. Now I am using the SanDisk for this, not the fast one, but anyway. Okay, quite similar. I thought the difference was gonna be bigger. You have to keep in mind that these clips are color graded. What if we switch them off? Okay, so they kind of work pretty similarly without the color grade, which is interesting. I thought the SSD was gonna knock it out of the park. Now we have edited our video and we need to render them. Let's see if there's a difference. 1736 for the HDD. Let's see, the SSD, is it gonna be faster or is it gonna be shockingly similar? 17.16, so 17 minutes and 16 seconds. I thought the SSD was gonna just crush it. But okay, I mean, it is faster, but okay. Now let's do a render in After Effects to see if there's a huge difference there. Similar. Faster with the SSD, but not shockingly different. If I'm making some simple graphics like this one, using an SSD is way smoother, where I can play the timeline without dropping any frames, plus render is done in a flash. Is it for me? A brand new HDD drive. Now why did I buy that? Let's find out at the end of the video. I can't show you the cover because my address is there. When I bought some extra RAM from my iMac when it was quite new, I could definitely see a change in the playback speed and smoothness. For the moment, I have 24 gigabytes of RAM, but according to Kingston Technology, 32 gigabytes of RAM is ideal if you're editing in 4K, maybe with some graphics on it. I just purchased 16 gigabytes of RAM as the price has gone down so much. Future Paul here, I just received the RAM that I ordered. It was supposed to take 10 days, but instead it took 2. So, thumbs up. Let's install it and see if there's a big difference. Small. Yes. Don't have coffee before you do this, because my hands are trembling. Should be done. Let's give it a go. Let's switch it on. While this iMac is booting up, I do have to say that I will probably change my iMac this year, because I think there's coming like a new M2 iMac, which would be quite convenient for me. But this is also to see that if you can use your older computers, or maybe that you can buy a used one. I'm one of those people that try to keep my computers and cameras for as long as I can. $45 it costed me to install extra RAM. 40 gigabytes of RAM. Nice. Let's open up DaVinci Resolve and let's see if I can play back this video right here, because I could not play it back with the green screen, color correction, graphics and stuff like that. I don't think it's gonna work. Now we have edited our video and we need to render them, and let's see if there's a difference. So, after installing 16 gigabytes of more memory, I can still not play back the timeline fluidly. If I turn off the color grade, HDD. No. Let me render a file. Now let's have a look. The other one was 17 seconds. Having 16 gigabytes more memory, it's done it in 20 seconds. Why? So, a bit surprising results there. There was absolutely no change. Well, it got actually a bit slower. Installing 16 gigabytes of more RAM, I did not see any specific improvement in the playback speed. After testing it like we have done today, I must say that getting yourself an SSD drive could be actually more important than getting yourself more RAM for the computer. I mean, I already had 24 gigabytes of RAM, and it seemed that that was enough for doing my tasks. SSD instead of RAM, at least for the moment. So, talking about SSD, and it's much better than the HDD drive system, why did I get myself another one? And a big one for that matter. That is because the workflow from now on is going to be editing the videos on the SSD drive, fill up the SSD drive until it's more or less full, and once that SSD drive is full, I'm going to transfer all the footage onto an HDD drive and store it there for keeping it, basically. If your video is not playing back smoothly even after buying a new SSD drive, I recommend you to check out this video right here, because I had the same problem and I found out what the problem was. Check it out. Peace. What was that? My new hard drive.